Hello students, today will we discuss about sentimental comedy and characteristics of sentimental comedy. Okay, आज का हमारा टॉपिक क्या है? Sentimental comedy. The sentimental comedy of the 18th century was, in fact, a reaction against the comedy of manners which had been in vogue during the Restoration period. The comedy of manners was characterized by light-hearted fun, obscenity, and transcendent dialogues. The aim of the writers of the comedy of manners was to make fun of pious and holy characters. Middle class morality was ridiculed, and the writers of this school made attempts to bring virtue and virtuous characters under the withering scorn of their cynical attitude towards morality. Satire, ridicule, and fun predominated in this comedy. In the 1800 in Britain, a new form of drama emerged known as the sentimental comedy. The sentimental comedy of the age was a reaction against the comedy of manners. In the 18th century was in fact a reaction against the comedy of manners which was popular during the Restoration, one rude and severe dialogues. The aim of the writers of comedy of manners was to make one of holy character. Middle class morality was ridiculed, and the writer made attempt to bring virtue and virtuous character satirized. Characteristics of sentimental comedy. Humor was replaced by pathos and humored situations in pathetic situation. The writer of the sentimental comedy were moralists and wanted to teach moral through the medium of their plays. The sentimental comedies were really moral comedies, and sense of morality and virtue governed them from beginning to end. It drove out genuine comedy from the English stage forth. It provided moral lecture in place of entertainment. It was characterized by emotion of pity and sympathy and locked with humor. It was serious from beginning to end, was entirely removed from the realities of life. Its characters were not real men and women but production of minds of playwrights. What is different between comedy of the manner और sentimental comedy में क्या अंतर है? ओके ये पढ़ेंगे. Sentimental comedy on 18th century dramatic genre which sprang up as a reaction to the immortal tone of English Restoration plays. In sentimental comedy, middle class protagonist triumphantly overcome a series of moral trials. The sentimental comedy of the age was in fact a reaction against all that the comedy of manners sought to espouse. In this comedy, laughter and humor were completely driven out, and in place of comedy, which was rich in humor, pathos, and pathetic situation, were introduced. The first thing that we notice in the sentimental comedy is the complete absence of the true spirit of comedy. Humor gives to comedy its life force, and humor was driven out by the writers of this school. The place of humor was taken by pathos, and humorous situations were replaced by pathetic situations. Secondly, the writers of this school introduced characters from middle class life characterized by virtue without any grain of vice in them. Thirdly, the dramatist sought to eulogy virtue and condemn vice. The comedy writer of the sentimental school were in fact moralists, and their purpose was to teach moral lessons through the medium of their plays. Here we see and get some idea about sentimental comedy, characteristics of sentimental comedy. Then we can say that every human have humor in nature. The sentimental comedy writers wanted to propagate something moral and pathetic and something edifying and gentle. There was an agreeable dramatic sermon with a happy ending. The dialogues were neither nor speaking like the dialogues of Congreve and Itharish. The comedy intended at moral education of the readers whose taste had been visited by the writer of the Comedy of Manners. Oliver Goldsmith sought to outline the essential qualities of the sentimental comedy when he sketched Richard Cumberland, the successful writer of sentimental comedies. In his long poem Retaliation, the qualities that Goldsmith finds in the works of Cumberland are in fact the qualities of the sentimental comedy. The picture of Cumberland presented by Goldsmith in Retaliation is quoted in full to show what type of comedy is Cumberland, the main leader of the sentimental school of comedy, wrote. Here Cumberland lies, having acted his parts, the Terence of England, the member of Hearts, a flattering painter who made it his care to draw men as they ought to be, not as they are. His gallants are the faultless, his women divine, and comedy wonders at being so fine. Like a tragedy queen, he has designed her out, or rather, like tragedy giving a root. His fools have their follies so lost in crowd of virtues and feelings that folly grow proud, and coxcombs alike in their fallings along, adopting his portraits are pleased with their own. Say where has our poet this melody caught, or wherefore his characters without fault? Say was it that vainly directing his view to find out men's virtues and finding them few? Quite sick of pursuing each troublesome elf, he grew lazy at last and drew from himself. To sum up, this spurious species of drama called the sentimental comedy remained popular for nearly half a century. It drove out genuine comedy from the English stage. It provided moral lectures and sentimental platitudes in a place of real entertainment. It awakened tears instead of laughter. It appealed to the emotions of pity and sympathy and lacked humor or wit. It was serious from beginning to end and was entirely removed from the realities of life. It was replete with improbable and unnatural suggestion and scrupulosity, avoided all that was low and vulgar. Its characters were not real men and women but abstractions conceived in the minds of the playwright. The keen observation and realistic touch which had always brightened earlier comedy completely disappeared. Hazlitt truly said of the sentimental comedies, "It is almost a misnomer to call them comedies, they are rather homilies in dialogue." It was the avowed intention of Goldsmith, Sheridan, and rescue comedy from the morass of sentimentalism and the slough of track into which it had fallen. These two dramatists revived the true comedy of laughter and wit. Evaluating the sentimental comedies, David H. writes, writer of this kind of comedy never achieved a proper kind of stylizations. Their plays were set in contemporary society where the dialogue employed neither the stylized wit of the Restoration dramatists nor a language that was able to sustain any colloquial tone beyond a few intermittent sentences. As soon as the characters go underway, they begin expressing themselves in long, sententious speech which are not artificial enough for purely formal style and not natural enough for the illusion of realism. He further adds it is only after reading many plays of this kind that one can appreciate the comic iconoclasm of Goldsmith and Sheridan in comedies, which, though they may appear sentimental enough to modern eyes, were in fact directed against the sentimental gentility in the drama of the time. Their place was taken by humor and mirth. Pleasant dialogues and wit. In this way, Goldsmith and Sheridan estimate to torrent of a beeping age and taught men how to laugh once more. It was the natural wit that Goldsmith, who was gifted with a keen sense of humor, should strike at the prevailing sentimental comedies of the time. He first took up the cudgels against the sentimental comedy in 1759 in his essay on the present state of polite learning. Okay, thank you for watching.